feel a little bit better if it starts with his pistol.
Let's see if that's the case. We've got a really fast fight here inside a connector. Bombs actually included in this firefight. Tarek wants to give chase to Glaive, who does get away for the time being, but repeats to his demise. Another headshot here for MiBR, and it looks like they've done it. It looks like they will continue to contest the curse. Another pistol potentially theirs, unless Device, who after last game was just immaculate.
I can't remember a performance from him in a single map in a final like that.
No,
I don't know.
long contact. Keep your eyes on Device for a second. He is going to be finding Tarek, and sure enough, he takes his head down. So now these two CTs are going to get pinched from each side, and yes, just like that, you've got yourself a round. Astralis seemed to have managed to at least put this into question, and sure enough, with Device continuing on this expedition, it is going to be another upset unless Stewie 2K has something immaculate to say, but he doesn't. Just like on Nuke Launders, the Astralis actually haven't made much progress past the monsters. Stu will drop to the fragmentation. Obliteration, the first man in, and Tarek's now here to support. So we do see MiBR trickling downwards, and we see Astralis limping forwards, but they haven't really sustained much losses in the form of casualties or damage. In fact, they plant in this 4v4, and there's so many players on this site, it feels like there's 8 guys here. Zipex, Device, they're going to be getting these kills. Finally, we see that big clash, that crescendo of kills. And they all support, but because he as well is on his own, his attention entirely allocated over here towards Party. And, well, there's a smoke up in his face, but he's going to have to get CQC. And that's as close as you can get. He goes right past. And now Fallen is in a powerful position, but Tarek has to realize there could be people here. Spam is good for damage. Fallen doesn't want to scope in, doesn't want to be heard. Will find the fadeaway kill just as Tarek had denied entrance towards this A site. And immediately, MiBR have established a man advantage in this 4 versus 3. The B site is actually being bolstered. Tarek has moved down. They get ahead of this rotation, calling it and stopping it in its tracks. 15 seconds left, and nobody moves further. Excellent hold. Cold and Stewie falling back off of the first array of grenades. They put down a bit of their own, and it does disrupt the vision. Stewie and Fur have gotten 2. This is great. Astralis just stopped in their tracks as they attempt desperately to get in, but it's not all good. MiBR have now lost 2 bodies, and Stewie should be predicted here. Zipex honed in as Glaive gets the headshot, and that leaves us even keel. With 50 seconds left, the options are open.
I love this. The 2 IGLs left with Tarek and Zipex. Zipex being, you know, maybe the best clutch player in the entire server, if not the world, and there's so many options for them with 50 seconds up. They finished their duty at B. They've left it up in the air as to what they're going to do. They can kind of reset now and force MiBR to decide if they're going to play halfway down or if they're going to gamble stack, and it looks like they've kind of done a little bit of both. But Fallen, one with the op, is not going to be able to initiate contact unless a frag is just flagrantly offered up to him. He definitely wants a piece of the action before it's too late, and he's starting to get the idea that it might be A.
He's got to be cautious. If he holds just this angle, then he needs to be wary of the fact that they could just walk right past, but he misses his shot, and his opportunity to stop bomb continues to duel in the meantime, but cannot disrupt it from going down. So the retake comes forward. Tarek has the kit. Molotov and 2 flashbangs also for MiBR here to work with. And there's no utility for Astralis in the terms of staving them off. So they're just gonna have to lock this down. We've got 1 on the dice box. That is Glaive. Feeling the pressure from Truck. He's gonna change position, and this has all been heard. Zipex gets him, Fallen peeks wide, and he needs 2 perfect shots with this off, but no one presents themselves, and he tucks tail. Astralis will win this 2v2.
No, an absolute tragedy of a way to lose a round, and oh my god, Fallen dying to it.
Got to be cautious when you're going for wallbang kills, because Zipex is in the server. He is the king of those when it comes to the B side of Overpass. But right now, it is just MiBR with the kill feed to their favor. Stewie gets tagged to 50 in the process, but what's important is we're standing in a 5 versus 3, and Astralis are sort of boxed in. The connector player could be cleared depending on how Glaive decides to play this. Bomb pretty locked into Monster, doesn't really want to go anywhere too far from this position, but they also can just fall back. They can wait for someone from MiBR to overstep and die.
Yeah, and you know, Fur's doing the safest route possible to take this kind of liberty to go on a big flank. And honestly, if his teammates fail in the site in this situation, it's really not his fault. He's a great way to seal this up too, and he's playing it as safely as possible, expecting this would be extremely unlikely. But he misses his first opportunity. He could still fall back if he wanted to. Instead, he'll have the door slammed in his face. But Astralis has understood what they're going to do.
Yeah, they know, and therefore they know that their opponents are prepared. coldzera with the first one's going to miss his second shot as he takes damage. That's 2 ops on the pillar. Not quite enough parking space for both, but they get the job done regardless. Tops. That's actually going to disrupt both of the CTs. They put the smoke down for what could cover plant, but Stewie's going to get aggressive. He throws himself into this fray, frantically trying to shut it down, but he's caught fumbling his hands, and Device just destroys Tarek. Sure, Cold is left back towards on Graffiti, but with 20 HP, what's he going to do? He needs his teammates to come bail him out, and they've already started with Fur. It's put us into this equal 3 versus 3, but in order to get closer to the bomb site, someone has to take an initiative. And who's going to do that? I mean, we've got Fallen swapping to an M4, not wanting to play 2 ops in this retake. He will be the front runner, and he's spotted by Zipex already. Cleaned and cleared with absolute ease, but coldzera is then to next to fall. Fur with a headshot makes it look so doable, but now he's pulled into the crossfire. He still doesn't know where the last is, but he should have a good idea. Glaive is over towards short, but Glaive has done enough to burn off the time.
He's got nothing to do it. No, he knows that he's going to run away, so tuned into this. He's on the same frequency and immediately kills first. Fair amount of information gained for Astralis, as well as evening up in a situation where MiBR had the man advantage. So finally that costs them. And that awareness should pay off in dividends, as now their options are opened up. 20 seconds up though. And that bomb is kind of in limbo at the moment. Will the CTs bite? It looks like...
Whoa, that's the big one. That's the kill right there. Now Zipex whips out the bomb, and he's just going to close the distance into the site. So 3v4 turns 3v1. MiBR have been decimated.
Just imagine, Stewie hits that dink. One more bullet. That's the first person. Clock's down to 9 seconds.
Yeah.
That means Zipex got to frag out to get the bomb down, and he's got to do it instantly.
And even if he doesn't get the kill, right? Even if Stewie doesn't kill him, they just flirt around with the corners, slow Zipex down until he has to commit to the plant, and that's an easy pickup.
Yeah. Rag tag, but Astralis turning up the heat, running through the fire and flames.
Yeah, just straightforward, extinguishing it, and Stewie caught. He's so fixated on short that he doesn't prepare for the man pushing long, but the bomb's been thrown out. coldzera seems to have done it. It seems as though he's slowed down Astralis enough for the time being, but we've seen them in positions like this before. Despite it being precarious, it is not impossible. Both T's now, side by side, will try to crack open some skulls. Molotov will prevent any sort of a peek. Fallen's going to get ever the closer, and they could actually go for a boost. That would be a really cool play, I think, but they won't. They're going to try wrapping around, which is still good enough to get kills. Device, last man up, goes down. I feel like that's some conditioning from Astralis. And MiBR are falling prey to it, but now they've gotten aggressive. They're playing their own game by just charging up through long, by pushing out on the party, and they have themselves something successful. Again, a double man advantage. This is how they picked up the previous round, and this is how they may pick up the last.
Yeah, that's it. Some of the more classic T-side aggression, or CT-side aggression on Overpass. It seems like they're clearly posturing up for a B exec, and it's going to be running the whole way.
Zipex just deleted near instantaneously. Dupree falls in the exact same fashion. Stewie's on a tear. That's 3 kills for him. Now he's got the 4th, and Stu's going to pick up this ace if he chooses to. Device is the last man up. That was near instantaneous. Give us the 5th, Stewie. No. All right. Fallen will help him out.
Oh my gosh.
You don't need the ego.
How much did they pay you, Fallen? How much did they pay you?
There it is. The clearing of the board from Furt wraps up and around. So we just set his members down there, but the commitment's on the A site. And they're going to have 15 seconds. That is it. I mean, they are playing this down to the wire. Fur needs to get these kills right here, right now. And you can see the CTs just looking to deny the bomb. If they can deny the plant, then they're good, but they can't. Although bomb's been left behind. Time is the difference maker. As long as the CTs survive, they've got this in the bag. It's Zipex now left, and so it's theirs. Time, Launders.
Too far off course. And so it's known that soon there will be a fight.
That fight belongs to Device. Takes an initiative, as does Dupree. Perfectly timed. Both frags with that CZ. Takes this down to an even 2v2 because first found an entry on the A site. I mean, that's just perfect. As far as MiBR are concerned, those entries all happen fast enough for them to regain what was nearly lost. Remember, Astralis, they saved the trimmings from the previous round, and they've managed to contest this regardless. They could actually pick up the win because Fur is so isolated. The Molly's supposed to prevent the peak, but he walks into the fight regardless. And with a smidgen of... This is a fast one. They're going to go right through that CT smoke. Unfazed by Astralis' utility. Stewie clears out the barrels immediately. Blinding flashbangs go both ways, and a Molotov's supposed to prevent any kind of a walk up from this ramp. And they're doing a good job of isolating these CTs. Look at Stewie go! He's taking the initiative on his own. And it's Device now all that's left. A fast round from MiBR.
But again, long control, imperative. They can't just get this A site for free. They've got to deal with Dupree. And they haven't done it yet. Fur has no support as well.
It's even gonna linger. He's playing around this smoke. Fully flashed is Dupree. Tarek reads the fact that he is still nearby. But no further deaths as of yet. If anything, I feel like this may convince MiBR to just walk away from long, because if Coldzera goes over this, sure, he could clear the closest corner, but remember, there's going to be support from the site. Not a very fun fight, and still one that they will pick up. Device unable to cover, but the repeat's going to cost Tarek his head. And that's the bomb also thrown out into the open. With 15 seconds left, they know there's no option to head towards B. So we start to get that rotation upwards, and the question now is, do MiBR continue on? Do they try to force the issue? Because they have to do it right now. They need these kills right now. And even despite getting the first one, this round's already lost. For the second time, we'll find MiBR come short at the A site. I'm wondering, I mean, if MiBR just go 4 on this, no long presence, it is solely on Device. And he's already picked up the first kill, but he's caught trying to overextend around the corner, and MiBR, they just burst and blast into the A site. They've done it, so it seems. They've finally found their footing on this side of the map, and it doesn't come with long plays. It doesn't come with some sort of elaborate execution. It comes with a rapid pace. That's how they get in. And now as they fall back, Tarek looks to nail them against the wall. The first is his. 2 more to take, but it looks like they could still get away with something. But what's important, Launders, is through short. But there's 20 seconds, and time could be a big issue yet again. They don't have control of Monster. They're being shot in the back, but the kills are still coming their way. And with Dupree caught off guard, it falls onto Device. MiBR looking to push this to a third map, and they absolutely